I'm Ruth Cook, the Director of Action Learning Associates. Here's an Action Learning set live at work. I'm facilitating a group of professionals who come together on a regular basis to talk about the big challenges that they face in their work or in their business. I'm now going to invite all the members of the set to say what they might like to work on during the day. Here's what Stephen says.
So the issue I have really is in working with a much bigger outsourced provider, a lot of experience of taking services in from public sector as well as private sector organisations, how we can forge an effective partnership, how we can create a winning bid really and bring our skills, because what we would be bringing to it is something around the culture and the people side of change.
Now there's an opportunity for set members to ask clarifying questions so that they fully understand the situation.
Without mentioning names, I just wondered, do you know who the competition is?
Well, there is a potential that all the competition have some consortia time basis, but with a prime contractor.
How long have you got, really? I'm just wondering what the timescale is. Is it urgent, or you've got 6 months? I know sometimes these things take a long time.
Yeah, the process will probably go on for about 6 months. So the first thing really is trying to build a team, really, from a number of different organisations.
Here's the core of the action learning process. Here, set members ask open questions, and the purpose is to challenge, probe, explore and extend the thinking of the presenter.
You alluded in your presentation to success criteria for a successful bid. Can I take you back to that and get you to think about what that would look like? What would be the best success criteria?
The quality of the solution that's offered, because in the competitive dialogue you're using the competitive dialogue with the client to develop, if you like, a kind of high-level blueprint of the solution. So that would be one success criteria. Another success criteria, I think, is the chemistry one that I was saying, which is that during the competitive dialogue, we're able to engage members of the client and their advisory teams in processes that I think they'll find interesting and exciting and take the agenda forward. They enjoy working with us, see themselves working with us over a longer period.
What do you envisage the obstacles to be?
So I think one obstacle will be a mindset which is around packages of work. Third one is the focus becomes solely on the outsourced part of it, when actually there's a whole load of people who will be retained, and actually they need to work, that needs to be working together, not two separate organisations. So in the bid process, the focus becomes much more on what are you going to do and deliver for us, rather than what are we all together going to deliver. Those are the kind of obstacles that kind of go through my mind, really.
I now ask the presenter to tell us what he's learned from the session and what action he's going to take.
Probably to come up with a modest intervention to begin with. Really focus on doing one thing really well, which is this kind of initial team effort, so that people actually working on the bid are bought into a certain way of working together within that overall process.
Next is the reflections round, where I ask each person in the set to share their own learning and to offer Stephen some feedback.
You then at the end talked about having a modesty in relation to the senior partner and their processes, and they already have all their processes. And I think there's a kind of tension there, isn't there? I felt a tension between, wanting to respect the various processes that already exist, but also in terms of what you're bringing and how that's going to change the whole dynamic, and having that confidence actually in recognition of what your strengths as a company. And it will change your process, because one element coming in, no matter how big the situation is, can change it. So.
What I found helpful actually was starting to think a bit more about the complexities and the different levels and layers. I guess I know that, but it's actually good to sit down and kind of reflect on how they might dynamically impact on the question about a winning bid.
When the set meets again, Stephen will tell us what difference that made, what action he took and what the result was.